Hello, I'm Jeffrey Kirk. I'm going to introduce you to an interesting free tool today. But before I go there, I want you to think about something. How many customers do you get from internet searches? Do you realize that those who are searching for what you do are some of your best potential customers? They're already aware of their need, and some of them may be ready to buy. Others may be doing research, but at least they are aware of the problem, and they're looking for someone who can help them. And that's where you come along. You're in the business of helping them with your particular solution. And wouldn't it be great if you could get more of these searching prospects to call so that you could convert them into customers? For your sake of planning, wouldn't it be nice to know if there are 10 people searching every month or 100 people searching every month? Whatever the number turns out to be, this is valuable information. For grins, let's say the number is low. Say there are only 10 people per month in your area who search for what you have to offer. Wouldn't you want to know your business to be in a position to get as many of these 10 as possible? You would have to make sure that your business is positioned favorably relative to your competitors, wouldn't you? I offer a free webinar that goes over the 3 easy steps you need to take to get that type of favorable positioning. The webinar has nothing to do with search engine optimization or advertising, and it has everything to do with a shift in the way people are using the internet. Take advantage of the shift or get left behind. Ride the wave of change or get crushed by it. Look for the link below. What if, on the other hand, there are 1,000 people each month searching for what you have to offer? That would be good to know, right? Especially if you're only getting a few calls each month. Just getting a few more of those searchers every month could make a big difference in your business, right? A few quick modifications to your online business positioning could give a big boost to your business results. Join me on my webinar and I'll show you how to take advantage of the current trends. But today, I want to show you how to use the Google Keyword Tool so you can get an idea of how many of these searching prospects are actually out there. Then you can better judge the situation for yourself. It's pretty obvious that the bigger the gap between the number of searchers calling you today and the potential size of the audience, the more your business will benefit if you focus on getting the attention of those searchers. Now I'm going to go to my computer to quickly show you how to use this amazing tool. Okay, I'm at my computer. The tool I'm showing you today is the Google Keyword Tool. We can use this to see how many people search for a particular phrase within a specific area during an average month. So you start out by going here to ads.google.com, and then a page like this one will come up, and then sign in. If you already have an account, you're good to go. If you don't have an account, you'll have to create one first, and doing so is free. So we sign in, and then you want to go up here where it says Tools and Settings, click that, and then under Planning, go to Keyword Planner, and then hit Discover New Keywords. Now at this point, you can just type in some of the key phrases that you think people would be using. So I'm going to start off with assuming I have a plumbing business. So plumber, comma, plumbing, replace water heater, and then hit Get Results. Now I see several things in these results. First off, the keywords I provided, Google shows me plumber and replace water heater. So plumber and plumbing must have combined into one here. And then we're seeing numbers that represent searches across the entire United States in a month. So this is too big of an area. If I have a local plumbing business, I don't care about the whole United States. I care about my city. So I'm going to come up here to where it says United States and click on that. I'm going to click the X to remove United States, and I'm going to put in my city name, Waukesha, Wisconsin. I'm sure a local plumber here would go out beyond the city, but we're just going to keep it specific. So now, the data here represents the entire city, and we've got several different things showing up here. So we can see that the number of people, there you can see it says plumber and plumbing, so it's all combined into this one. But there are 90 searches in an average month for a plumber, and 10 searches in an average month to replace water heater. Now what Google also does is down below they give you other searches that people use. So I can see 210 people search for plumbers near me. 10 people search for emergency plumber near me. Another 10 just for emergency plumber. And then water heater repair, plumbing services. You can see going down the line, there are many, many, many ways that people search when they need a plumber. In fact, Google is telling us there are 1,554 more ideas available than what I have. So they've essentially said, hey, there are more than 1,500 different ways that people in your community search for the word plumber. And up here in this graph, I can see how many actual searches occurred during any given month. So here in March of 2021, there were a total of 2,720 searches that were plumber related, and 1,630 of them were done on a mobile phone. So what do we know with this data? If I have a local plumbing business and I'm wondering how many people search for what I do on a monthly basis, I can see that there are potentially as many as 2,700 searches happening monthly. And I can break it down by how many are being used by these specific words. Now, I like to apply a little bit of common sense to this because not all of these words are necessarily going to apply to my plumbing business. So if somebody's searching for a Roto-Rooter near me, well, that's a brand name. Does that really apply to what I do? If not, I don't want to count these 10. I can come down here. If I don't have a 24-hour plumbing service, I don't want to count these 10. So it can get a little bit tedious if you want to go through all 1,500 of these to see which ones apply. So I generally try to look for, well, what are the big ones? I already know here between this 210, 90, that's 300. There's 310 right here. Some of these add up quickly. So let's say there's 500 that I see immediately, 500 searches in a month. And then up here, I can see that there's around 2,500 to 2,700, and I would typically take like half. So let's say there's 2,600 in an average month, and I divide that in half and say 1,300 of them would apply to my business. So now I've got 500 that I specifically see down here, and 1,300 searches up here, and I can know with reasonable certainty that there are at least 500 searches every month and probably about 1,300 searches every month that apply for my specific business. Now, how am I doing? How many times is my phone ringing every month from people who've done a search on Google? If I'm getting 5 and I know there's 1,300 separate searches, there's a disconnect there, and I need to do something because I need to get my business positioned to take advantage of all these searches, because that's money that this business is losing out on. And the same is true for you. If in your business you search for these phrases and you find that there are hundreds of searchers or even several thousand searches in your area in a month and you're not getting the calls, that's money you're leaving on the table. That's money that's going to someone else, one of your competitors, and you need to fill that gap. Let me give you another example. Let's clear off the plumbing and go to dental. So let's look for dentist and dental cleaning. Just start with that, get results. So in this case, you can see that there are fewer keyword ideas, so people don't search for dentist in quite as many different ways. But we can see 3,600, 4,000, so the number of searches per month in my community here is pretty high. So again, I'd look through this. Here's dentist near me at 390. So just based on these top 3 again, we've got 610. Dental clinic near me applies, so 620. Dental implants, 660. Emergency dentist, 690. Let's say we're not an orthodontist. Emergency dentist again, so we're in the 700s. So I can quickly go through here and probably come up with at least 1,000 that I can find in these different ideas that Google's throwing out here. So if we know there's at least 1,000 searches in a month, and then perhaps half, 2,000 is a reasonable number here. So we can say, okay, so somewhere between this 1,000 and 2,000 is probably a really good number on the actual searches. So as a dental practice, am I showing up when someone is looking? Am I appearing in the part of the search results I call the money zone? If you don't know about the money zone, you need to take a look at my webinar. There's a link below. But you need to get in position so that you start getting these searches. It'll make a huge difference for your business. Well, that's it. I suggest you watch this video again, and this time follow along in another window so you can take the steps as I show them to you. I hope these tips help your business succeed online. Please click the link below to join me on an upcoming webinar so I can show you the 3 easy steps that will make a big difference for your business. Your business deserves to be seen online. I will see you again soon in another video, and have a great day.